But Pastor Wole, let's even bring it into reality now.
Okay.
You must have really been persecuted, because this will be blasphemous. People will say that you are talking rubbish. And I mean, how do you continue to advance this message? How do you continue to preach this message, knowing fully well that you are going against the grave? You must exhibit some level of boldness, courage, knowledge, insight, wisdom, and deep conviction, because this message is abnormal.
It's very abnormal, but I looked at the life of Jesus. When he came, he was preaching what was contrary to what they were preaching. So they were attacking him, especially the Pharisees and the Sadducees. But there was something peculiar about him that the people said. They said he taught with so much authority. If you must champion something that others are against, you must be an authority in it.
Wow. So what you're saying in effect is, you must have a deep conviction. You must believe. You must acquire knowledge. You must understand it. You must you must be a master in your area and your field, and you must be extraordinary in it. So Jesus was extraordinary in everything that he did, and so he was able to create evidence that terminated argument. He was able to show proofs that only the fools doubted. So what you're saying is, even though you face obstacles, you face barriers, your deep conviction, your belief in your calling, your belief in yourself, you're damning the consequences of the Pharisees or the Sadducees or the critiques out there, is very, very critical to you becoming successful and you becoming extraordinary.
Exactly, because if you are not resolute in what you believe in, you see, the moment you tell people that this is what I am, the first thing that will happen is that they will try to validate you by trying to puncture what you believe in. They'll be asking different questions, which was what Jesus himself went through. But the truth is this: if you are an authority in what you are championing, and as long as it is the truth, nothing can be done against the truth, but for the truth will always prevail. Some people will say, don't teach the people grace, you will turn them loose into sin. But I'm preaching the truth, and nothing sets free but the truth. So you don't set people free by hiding the truth from them. You set them free by teaching them the truth. It is now up to them to accept the truth.
It also boils down to you loving what you do.
Genuinely
loving what you do, understanding what your calling and your message is. Look, whether you're a businessman or a preacher, you are a messenger, and every messenger has a message, and every message is to a particular group of people, a particular person. Now that person has a problem, that is that message that will solve that problem. So in actual sense, you're an evangelist. In actual sense, you're a preacher. In actual sense, you're an ambassador, that you are sent from heaven to solve the problems of humanity. You mustn't see yourself as just ordinary. There is an extraordinary solution that you were born to be. There is a particular message that God has sent you. There is a calling and a mandate. There is a mantle that you carry. You are not ordinary. You are extraordinary. You need to discover your gifts, your talents, your passion. You need to find what you're wired for. You need to find what you love to do. You need to find what you're passionate about, because extraordinary people are people that have turned their gift, their talent, their passion into business, and they have turned that business into riches and wealth. And that riches and wealth has created influence for them, have given them power, and has made them extraordinary people. So, Wole, what are the advices that you give to people? What are the tips that you give to people to become successful?
Well, the first thing I'll first of all say is this: if you are into what you are doing because of money, you are not going to succeed. The truth is that there will be gray skies. There will be persecutions, there will be vilifications. So if you are into it for money and not because it's your calling, you are going to throw in the towel when those things come in. And one major advice I'll give, especially for Nigerians, most Nigerians want to succeed from the top They want to start from the top of the tree. They don't want to climb their way from the bottom to the top. They want to suddenly wake up one day and find themselves successful. You know, that's what people call the overnight success. But the truth is this: if you insist on starting from the top, you are digging your grave, because only grave diggers start from the top. There's nothing like an overnight success. If success is truly overnight, then maybe the definition of time has changed. Maybe a night is now 10 years, maybe it's now 15 years. There's nothing like an overnight success, because when people see a successful person, they don't know the process, but they can see the product. But for every product, there must have been a process of time, a process of labor, a process of hard work, a process of positive meditations, a process of rejection, and a process of failures, because success is actually a sequence of failures being channeled positively in the right direction. People talk about Joseph. He became a prime minister at 17, but for 13 years he was in prison. He was a slave. Moses became the leader. For 40 years, he was in the wilderness. Nobody saw him then. But when he suddenly appeared, they said, this is a successful man. So you see, for every successful person, as long as it's not an armed robber or a magician, every genuine successful person must have gone through a process which nobody saw them when they were going through.
Let me even challenge you, whether armed robber, whether magician, you still go through a process. You don't just appear one day and say, I'm a magician. You must learn the trade, you must believe the trade, you must master the skill of the trade. So really and truly, is there overnight successful people? Are there extraordinary people that become extraordinary overnight? Chris and I, we were talking about a particular musician who started out as a writer. You know, Chris, yeah.
Well, I was talking about Neo.
Wow, and Neo used to be a writer. Now he learned the ropes over time, right? As he was writing,
and selling his music to other people.
Then he learned
practiced on his vocals. Then eventually he started singing, and now he's a big hit, and he still writes for people.
So look, there is no success that is overnight. And this generation, we call them the microwave, Indomie, instant noodle generation. Look, there is nothing that lasts, that starts instant. That is more important. They say that it is easier to get to the top than staying at the top. If you do not understand the process, if you do not go through the steps and plan your way, and over time, rise to the top, it will be very easy for you to come down. And I say to people, it's more painful to taste it and you can't taste it anymore than for you to go through pain to get there, so that you taste it, so that your tastes and your eating last forever. Exactly. What other tips will you give people, to become successful and extraordinary?
Well, another tip to become successful is this: it's your personal responsibility. But you can't succeed by proxy. There's nothing like a surrogate success. Nobody can succeed for you. It's your own personal responsibility. I love my children. I'll do anything for my children. But when they are hungry, I can't eat on behalf of them.
Wole, I think I have a couple of messages right here.
Wow.
Yeah. I have one from Deodun Biba, I believe. And he said, happy weekend to all of you in the studio. I have a dream, a mission to make Nigeria's first online electronic vote.
Wow.
And I need advice. My mission is all set at 60%. All I need is a forum for discussion. I want Nigeria's IT can't work, I believe. A little bit mixed up, but basically he just wants to create Nigeria's first online electronic voting system.
For this person, it's very easy. What does it cost you to get on Twitter? What does it cost you to get on Facebook? What does it cost you to get on Instagram? What does it cost you to get on Google Plus? Nothing. The Arab Spring started how? On the social media. And it snowballed into a movement, a revolution. Now, if you believe that your idea is the solution to voting in Nigeria, right? Get on social media. It doesn't cost you one kobo to set up a Twitter account, to set up a Facebook account, to set up a Google Plus account, to set up an Instagram account. It costs you nothing to follow people and start to tweet and start to tweet and start to tweet. If it is a message that is given to you as a solution, you know, the people that will support you, the people that will believe in you, the people that will validate you will start to follow you. They will start to retweet, and you know, you will gather, the following and the attention that you need. That's the first thing. The second thing is radio, man. You know, so there's Be All You Can Be here. You know, send us an email at catalyst@thecatalyst.ng.com, or follow me at Lanre Olusola or at OLCACAD. And if what you truly believe is a solution for voting, if it's truly a revolutionary solution, then we will give you the platform to present yourself. But if that thing is not worth its metal, you know that you will disgrace yourself, because a lot of people, I find out, are not prepared when the opportunity comes. So when they take their chance, right, when they are not prepared, they disgrace themselves, they dishonor themselves. The important thing is to prepare. Test your ideas, test your solution, test that thing that you believe that will make you billions and solve problems. Test. When you test it and it's proven, when you have tested it with your family, when you have tested it with your friends, you've tested it with your colleagues, and everybody believes in it, and you also believe in it, test it with outsiders, right? And they believe it. There is no kink in it. There's no flaw in it. There's no it's coming there. There's no but in it. Then you can go and present it, because if you present it and people bash you and you have no responses, it's all over. It takes 17 times to try and correct a wrong first impression.
Wow. Remember, it's Be All You Can Be right here on the Beat 99.9 FM. Get across to us on Facebook.com/TheBeat99.9 FM. You can tweet at the Beat 999 FM or call in on 081-026-50209. I have a long list of people here, extraordinary people and their strategies to success. And this one is quite interesting. I find it quite interesting. It's about Mary Robinson. She said, have the stamina to work on something until it comes right. She said, at every stage, it's a passion. At every stage, actually, her passion for human rights prompted her to speak truth to power, to stand up to bullies, to be prepared to criticize even the United States after 9/11. People told her it wouldn't help her career as High Commissioner, but it seemed more important to do the job than to try to keep the job.
Resilience is very, very important. Doggedness is very, very critical. In this,
I think she was focused on doing the job than keeping the job.
A lot of people is about survival, self-preservation. For her, it was transcendency. She wanted to touch life. She wanted to speak the truth, as Wole has said, and the truth will get you some flack. The truth, will create a lot of problems for you. Even though it's going to create problems for you, focus on the truth.